Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, everybody, man? I just thought I'd go live right quick. What's good? What's good? Jump on in here. I ain't gonna be long. I ain't gonna be long at all. What's up, my G? What's up, Mel Hayes? Hey, ho, KMT. What's up, my dog? Kevin Wheatley Sr., Carlos Martinez. What's up with you, big dog? Just jumped on here right quick. You know what I mean? Get my little 2 cents about this rivalry. What this so-called rivalry. It ain't no rivalry, but it's one of my hated teams. And we saw that 2 weeks ago what them Cowboys did to that Washington football team. What's going on, Cindy? You know what I mean? What's up, Chris Massey? How you doing, big dog? You know what I mean? Just some things that's just been going on in my head. Shout outs to a few players that made the Pro Bowl. Dallas didn't have any Pro Bowl players last year, so shout out to 5 of them this year, including 2 young superstars that the Cowboys have on the horizon. What's up, Steve Lumpton, 24/7 Cowboy, Eddie Cruz? What's good with everybody? Like I said, shout out. And so you got Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, those been the regulars, but obviously they took off their time. People are like, well, how Tyron Smith made it? He only played so many games. Because he's still a monster. He's still one of the best left tackles in the league, even when he get hurt. 80%, like they said, of Tyron Smith is better than half these guys in the league still. So, hey, shout out to them guys. Shout out to, we already know, the Lion. The Lion's always hungry. Michael Parsons, we don't need to keep on saying about him. We know what he's been doing and is going to continue to do. But over 70 tackles, over 75 tackles, 12 sacks, about 50 pressures, tops in the league for tackles for loss, do all everything wonder kid. And then we got Trevin Diggs coming up in there with them 10 interceptions, coming off that first year campaign with 3, had some slip through his hands, and he's more than made up for it this year. One of the tops in the league in pass defense. Actually, his 19 pass defense is only 11, 12 away from the record. The record is 31 pass defense in the season. That's from Darrelle Revis. So it still could happen for Trevin Diggs in those 3 games. J.C. Jackson is ahead of him, and I think somebody else. But it still could happen. So shout out to Trevin Diggs getting his first Pro Bowl nod. Michael Parsons getting his first Pro Bowl nod. Brian Anger, who came in to cut, I think he was averaging like 46, 47 yards a kick. And he's been all kind of good. So shout out to him out there as well. So we appreciate everybody out there. Any Cowboy snubs in your opinion? Let me get your what's up, West Virginia country boy? What's up with you, big dog? West V. Appreciate you on that 12. Thank you for the 12K. Yeah, shout out to everybody. We made it. We did 12K. I just want to kind of be low key about it, but I appreciate everybody in the building, man. We hit 12K. We said we wanted to hit 10K by the start of the football season, and we have. And it's been a great thing. And now we're currently at 12K. We just hit 12K a couple days ago. So it's not me. It's you guys that continue to put them subs, hit them like button, all that good stuff, sharing. I'll put in the work for y'all, but y'all go ahead and sub for me, and I really appreciate it. And thank you very much for that 12K. And let's continue to make this thing great, man. But yeah, man, let's get that 15K by the combine, man. It's right around the corner, and I'll be at that combine, just so you know, Steve Limpton, and somewhere else before I get off of here. But just to answer your question, any Cowboy snubs in your opinion? Obviously, the obvious one would be Jaron Curse. We see what he's done this year: 94 tackles, 2 interceptions. He's been a godsend. It's been a catalyst for this defense having a great turnaround that it has. But I would say he would probably be my obvious on the defensive side. Besides, Randy Gregory made it as a Pro Bowl alternate. Shout out to Randy Gregory. We saw he missed like 5 games this year, but we've seen the effect on what he's done. But, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Pro Bowl. But I think the biggest thing to me is not the Pro Bowl, is the All-Pro. When you become an All-Pro, that's from your peers. That's when your peers are saying, hey, this guy is a beast. So Pro Bowl is almost kind of like the popular thing, and that's the great thing. But when you get voted to an All-Pro, as an All-Pro, that's when your peers are actually voting for you and they're saying you're one of the best in the league. And I think that means more than anything. So if those guys get any all-pro nods, especially Diggs or Parsons, that's when we're talking about beastie stuff right there. And appreciate you, Moped. Appreciate everybody for sharing the love on let's getting that 12K. But I think somebody just mentioned it, and I'm gonna hit that nail right quick on the head. I think Carlos, you may have said it. Let me get in here. Where we at? I think you may have said it, Carlos, and I think what I brought it up in a tweet probably about 6 days ago. Well, first I'm gonna bring up what Amari Cooper said. They were interviewing Amari Cooper, and it's been well documented with the offense and how it's been sputtered. I made a tweet probably about 5 days ago, basically saying Amari Cooper, since his game-winning touchdown against the Minnesota Vikings, where Dak Prescott did not play in that game, he had 8 catches for 122 yards in the game-winning touchdown, 3 straight completions that were on his actual watch. I mean, he had the one big miracle catch, and then he had the other catch, and then he had the touchdown catch. So he had 3 catches on that drive. We saw what he did. Yeah, I ain't even addressing no Jalen Hurts, but let's check this out right here. So Amari Cooper says on his limited chances, because I've documented this, like I said, since that game, that game winning performance against the Minnesota Vikings, he's got 15 catches in those 5 games, averaging 3 catches a game for only a measly 36 yards. And as I said before, he's averaging 5 catches and 80 yards against the Washington football team. He had 5 catches, I think, for like 60 or 70 yards and a touchdown against Washington. But Amari Cooper says on his limited chances, we have a whole bunch of playmakers on offense. There's only one ball. I think it's more than that, than the defense. I'm not getting double teamed or something like that. I just stay ready for when my opportunity comes, because it will come. Then he goes on to say, it's frustrating. It's not something I can control. I do think there's a benefit in me getting the ball in those important situations like red zone and third down. Like I said, I'm just going to stay ready for when that time comes. So without going off and saying anything, he's saying, yeah, I need to get the ball. I mean, and it's the truth right now. And I think somebody mentioned it, and I told y'all, I said CeeDee Lamb was my game changer when we went through the back and forth and we had our good time and had all our fun with that. But CeeDee Lamb has got 8 drops, and you can't be a game changer when you're having a lot of drops right now. And I know he said he addressed it. He says it's just a lack of concentration. He's going to get better. He had 3 drops in that Giants game, 8 total, 5 last year, 13 total in the first 2 years. So not good. But we also saw Michael Gallup lose his way a little bit. He went through the same thing. If you looked at his second year, Michael Gallup, when we were talking about when Cooper had went down and we were wanting Michael Gallup to step up and be that guy, Michael Gallup wasn't able to step up to it. I think his second year, Michael Gallup had 11 drops, and we were all critical of Michael Gallup. And I think he's had 25 to 26 drops in his first since he's been in the league. Michael Gallup has, and this is not busting on him. This is just the truth. I think 23 or 26 drops in his first since he's been in the league since 2018. So he's got to get better with that. He's continued. I think he only has a minimal drops this year. But the whole point of this is CeeDee Lamb, if you're going to be a game-changing receiver, you got to make those game-changing catches. And you heard Amari Cooper right here. He doesn't drop those. That's what he doesn't do. He has all of 1 drop this year. And that was in week 9 against the Denver Broncos. So, yeah, he definitely is saying, I want to get those ball in those pressure situations, because you throw the ball to that person in them pressure situations when you only have 1 drop, because that's saying that you're reliable. That's saying that we can go to you when it's a 3rd and 5, or it's a big 3rd down, or we need a big play. We can go to you because we can trust that you're going to catch the ball. Because right now, when you look at CeeDee Lamb, as much as you love his talent, he's leading a team in receptions, yards, average. He's leading those categories. But when you have those drops, that's the first thing people think about you. Them drops. They don't think about your game-changing ability. They don't think about what you can do after you catch the ball and yards after catch. Nobody thinks about that. Everybody just thinks, is he going to catch the ball? When it's a big play, is he going to catch? And I think it's a big thing that and this is what I said, and I love CeeDee Lamb, so this ain't me trying to bust on CeeDee Lamb. It's just my opinion. I feel like, you lose a little bit of concentration during the week in practice. Maybe you're not concentrating as much. Maybe you're smelling yourself a little bit. Maybe. Because remember, CeeDee Lamb was the guy that everybody was talking about making that leap. And I was there at camp when he was making the one-hand grabs and doing all those things. Maybe you start smelling yourself a little bit and you don't you lose those concentration laps during practice, because when you lose those concentration, that's when it happens. You lose that concentration in practice, and then when you come in the game, it happens in the game. That's what happens. And I think that's what's kind of going on right here. So you have a guy in Amari Cooper who is your $20 million man. He's your number one receiver, and he kind of makes his offense hum. And we see that when he gets the ball early and he starts getting in his little groove, that offense opens up. And we got to get a little bit deeper, because that's where the Cowboys are missing as well. That deep ball, that vertical game. And Amari Cooper definitely can stretch that field vertically. And as I said before, you're coming against a Washington team that you just beat up. Even though we saw the score was 27-20, Dallas had that game in hand and just let off the pedal. We saw that and we know it. Taylor Heineke is going to be back. He's going to be having nightmares from that defense, and it's going to be at home. And Dallas is trying to sew up that whole division. You beat up Washington. You're 5-0. You pretty much, your division is yours. So you can sew up a lot of things. So I don't think the Dallas Cowboys are going to come off that pedal to the metal, especially on the defensive side. But this is a game, as I said before, Amari Cooper averages about 5 catches, 80 yards against the Washington football team. Man, I think he needs to go ahead and get that ball often and early. Let him explode a little bit. We want this offense to explode a little bit, and this can be the game where it can explode, because honestly, I don't see the Washington football team putting up a big fight. I'm sorry, I don't see the Washington football team. I said the first time in my show 2 weeks ago, if the Cowboys beat up the Washington football team like they did, doesn't matter if it was 27-20, we know the game was in hand, okay? The game was in hand, and even when they came back, I didn't think the Washington football team was going to beat Dallas. Okay, we're a better team than them. So if that's the case, I said the second game, you're going to really beat their heads in. So we've been waiting for the offense to get back in that kickback mode. Well, here's 2 things you need to have to get back in kickback mode. Hey, ho, we got a $5 holla. We definitely got to get that up there. Shout out to my guy, Darren Cowboy Posey. Hey, ho, $5 holla. Merry Christmas, my guy. We appreciate you. You're much appreciated. No Pro Bowl playing this year. Hey, I appreciate that, and I really love you for that. Hey, you're right. And Mel Hayes, my guy, says it right here. And go back to that Saints game. The offense was stagnant until Coop got it going. It was. And when he had that big catch in that game, I think he only had 2 catches, but it was that big long catch that kind of opened up the door for everybody, and you saw us getting rolling. 2 things. I need the Cowboys, actually 3 things. Amari Cooper just said, man, give me the ball in the red zone. That's where I'm good at it. Give me the ball on 3rd downs if we want to continue to move this ball. Basically what he's saying is this. Amari Cooper, without being rude to anybody out there, because he's been a consummate team player, without disrespecting anybody, saying, hey, bro, give me the ball. If we're trying to move this ball on 3rd down and we're trying to have this offense not being stagnant no more, then you need to get me the ball. If we're trying to score touchdowns, you need to throw me the ball. That's what I heard him say. Without hearing him say that, I heard Amari Cooper just say, give me the damn ball. Like Keyshawn Johnson said it back in the day. He said, if this offense wants to get back where it's going, CeeDee Lamb, I love you. You the young stud, and you're going to be great you're going to be great. You're going to be great in the NFL. But right now, like he said in that Minnesota game, but right now, Go ahead and give this ball to me and run it through me because we need this offense back cooking. Because before CeeDee Lamb was here and we made the big trade, the Cowboys made the big trade for Amari Cooper because that offense was stagnant, right? We remember the offense was stagnant before Amari Cooper came. There was no receiving threats over there before Amari Cooper came. We knew Gallup, he was still young, but when Amari Cooper, the number one, came, we saw the offense take off from here to here. We saw Dak's game go from here to here. And we saw how he was killing squads. We saw how the Cowboys were 4-6 and they traded for Amari Cooper. And then guess what? Dallas won like 7-8 straight, was in the playoffs. Cooper was a big help of that. I cannot deny any of those things. You get what I'm saying? I cannot deny those things. You feel me? Like, doesn't matter if I love CeeDee Lamb. Doesn't matter if I think CeeDee Lamb is still a game changer. Right now, if this Cowboys offense wants to go where it needs to go, I have no pride in to say, what's up, Carlos? I have no pride in saying Amari Cooper needs to get the ball. Facts, period, point blank. Amari Cooper needs to get the ball. He needs to get the ball. Rest of this. If the Cowboys trying to go somewhere in this playoffs offensively, two people need to get this ball. Tony Pollard, I said Tony Pollard, and Amari Cooper. Those two guys need to get fed because Tony Pollard is our explosion guy. You get what I'm saying? What's up, Press? Tony Pollard is our explosive guy. As I said before, 12 carries, 74 yards, 6.1 yards before contact. He's having a career high this year in yards before contact in 3.2. Career high. That explosiveness. We already seen you brought Connor Williams back. We saw the running game already show life, right? We saw the toss pitches. We saw the head of steam. Tony Pollard's got to get this ball. I said 12 to 15 touches for Tony Pollard every game on here on out. And if Tony Pollard is hot, Kellen Moore. We love Zeke. No hate on Zeke. Zeke is that battering ram. Zeke is going to get them tough doggy dog. He gets those dirty yards like your boy used to say back in the day. He gets them dirty yards. But right now, Tony Pollard, 12 to 15 touches, whether it's in the passing game, because I think let me get them targets for him this year. Because he can get the ball. You can throw those quick dump offs to Tony Pollard. You can do that. But right now, he's having a career year across the board. Tony Pollard is, and he's got to see this ball the last 3 games, and he's got to see this ball going into the playoffs. He must see it 12 to 15 times. The team is better. The offense is better. And the offense is more explosive when Tony Pollard is getting the ball because he opens that offense with his explosiveness. The way he hits that hole is what you need. And it continues to put the pressure on that defense, and that's what you need. And when you're getting the ball to Amari Cooper, who only has 1 drop this year and who is going to get those third downs and move that ball, that's where your offense is going to get back on track. Those are the 2 people that need to see it. Washington, Cardinals, Eagles, playoffs. Them 2 guys. If them 2 guys are eating this year in the playoffs especially, I feel good about that Cowboy offense. I really do. Look, Mr. Pop Culture says it right there. 49th targeted pass catcher NFL. Yeah. Come on, man. Now, I don't think Cooper's been hindered by no Dak Prescott. Come on, dog. Dak Prescott had career years with Coop. His last 2 years, I know what he did with Andy Dalton and Garrett Gilbert and whoever else. Had a career year, okay? We understand that. But he was having career years as well with Dak Prescott, too. So I don't believe no Dak Prescott. Those 2 we are magic. Do you remember that game? How does it? Just jumping on this. I don't know how he hinders. You remember that Green Bay game where Dak threw for like 400 and Coop just totally decimated the Packers? Jair Alexander. You see what he remember what he did to them Philadelphia Eagles? You remember what he did to them Redskins his first year? And that was Dak throwing them the ball. Now, come on now. What's up, Tyshawn? Yeah, Kellen Moore is going to listen to Amari Cooper. If Kellen Moore is smart, then he's going to say, guess what? Amari Cooper spoke, he said it, and we need to get him the ball. That's what needs to happen. Them two people get the ball, Cowboys are going to be okay. Okay? That's all I got to say. Those two guys get the ball, Cowboys are going to be okay. You know what I'm saying? The defense continue to grow. There obviously we do have the quick note of Malik Hooker going out with COVID-19. That's tough because he's been playing absolutely phenomenal the last few games, especially against that Giants game. He was the highest rated graded player in that game per Pro Football Focus, I think at 90. And he's just coming along, really playing that middle well. Those three safeties are playing great together. Damontae Kazee, J-Ron Kearse, and Malik Hooker all playing lovely. And you see how Dan Quinn is really maneuvering those guys around. And now you got Donovan Wilson. They said he's not all the way back yet, but since he could possibly be activated now. And that's a great thing because that depth you didn't have. Remember when we were screaming about the safety position, y'all? Remember when we were talking about the safety position this year? Y'all remember we were screaming about a couple things this year, right, with our defense. We were screaming about that one tech, that defensive, that defensive big boy. Gallimore looks to have silenced that for a little bit. He's come in and wreck shop these couple games, him coming back, and then you're blending in Tristan Hill and Bohanna and Watkins, Hamilton. You're rotating those guys in. Osa Ogadazua, you're sliding D-Long. You got all kind of things you're sliding in there. But guess what? We're not talking so much about that one tech right now because Gallimore's come in and did it, right? But what's another reason? What up with you, Cedric Betts? Go out there and share it. Appreciate you. But what else did we were talking about? That safety position. We were crying about every safety out there in the world that we need to get, right? Dallas went ahead and got Kearse, slept on. Nobody thought. A few people thought. I didn't. Malik Hooker, who a lot of people, especially my guy Tyrone Church, he screamed that into existence, that Malik Hooker thing, and he's been a godsend not only because of his play, but he's been healthy, right? And then Damontae Kazee, man, that little dude, bro, I don't give a hell. I love Damontae Kazee. That little guy plays tough. He plays rough. He plays hard. He gets you interceptions. He'll lay the wood on you. I don't care if he's 167 pounds or 170 pounds. That kid lays the wood on you. I love it. And then you still got Donovan Wilson coming in the fold when you got another guy going out, man. It's a great thing having this, man. It's a great thing having this depth because you haven't had it. So it's like when you hear about Malik Hooker going out with COVID, it's like, we'll be okay. Got a guy coming right back in. You know what I'm saying? And everybody is healthy. Keep that health up because that's going to be the key as well. Remember we talked about it's better to have that injury early. When Gallimore went down and D-Law went down, I said, man, that hurt, but I was not mad, especially when I seen the injuries. I'm like, oh, you hate to see that happen, but those guys are going to be back for the stretch run. And when that defense, and what did I tell you guys? And it's not just me. I'm not saying I'm the only one that has said this, but what did we talk about, folks? What did we talk about? DeMarcus Lawrence being out, right? Gallimore being out. Who to give a chance to play? It gave that kid Chauncey Golston, Ghostface Killer, gave him a valuable reps. What did it do for Michael Parsons? He's the go everything guy, so he got to get acclimated with every single thing on that field with two of your main dogs out, right? So you got that experience. Osa Ogadazua, rookie, playing out of his mind early. All that valuable experience. Even bringing in Hamilton. You got valuable experience from all these guys, all these young rooks. Bohanna, he's not obviously his snaps have went down, but that's still a 6'4", 335-pound monster. That's still getting you reps. It's still in the rotation. Now you got those guys that got all that goodness early because your main guys were out. So they ain't feeling like rookies now at the end of the year. Y'all feel me? They're not feeling like rookies because now when you see D-Law coming back, There's nothing with Ghostin beside him because Ghostin played 10 games before you got back there, man. Man, I'm trying to tell you, dog. It's a beautiful thing because of the rotation. And as I said before, Ron Marinelli, right? Chris Richard, but Rob Marinelli, we used to get mad at Rob Marinelli. Man, Rob Marinelli's always subbing and rotating these dudes. We can't never get guys on the field and just keep them on the field. And remember, I don't care. There was a whole bunch of us that was frustrated. I used to get frustrated with it at times. Like, man, bro, we don't have nobody. But see, it was a great concept what Rob Marinelli was doing when he was here, but he just had the orphans. He was trying to win with Nick Hayden's and George Selvies and them type guys. You feel me? And you know, those guys ain't winning it. Y'all feel me? Them guys ain't winning games for you. That rotation like that, that's not a rotation that's gonna win it for you. You know what I mean? Let me put this up here. You know, when Rob Marinelli was here, let me get this up here. Let me get this up here. Name some of these guys, man. In theory, that's what he wanted to do. The concept, what he wanted to do. But like I said, he had orphans. Now the Cowboys ain't got them orphans. You feel me? He always was trying to win with orphans. Let me see. Let me see some of these names of these orphans that he was trying to win with. See, you had the Nick Haydens and I mean, you had Greg Hardy for a little bit and you know what I mean? Orlando McClain, I love McClain, but you know, he wasn't trustworthy. David Irving, but that was the David Irving going back and forth. He had the theory. He was trying to build it, but he didn't have dogs like this. And that's what makes this so much better because he was doing the rotation and we were like, stop rotating. You know why? Because he had nobody to rotate. You feel me? He had nobody to rotate. So that's why we was like, please stop rotating. But now we love it, right? We love it now. We love it more than ever. We love the rotation because guess what? It keeps everybody fresh. The theory and the thought of Rob Marinelli, because he's a great, I mean, he had great defenses, Tampa Bay and Chicago, but why were they so good? Because he had them dogs. You had Warren Saps and all them guys and Julius Peppers and you feel me? Derek Brooks. When you got them type of guys, that's when the defense works. You feel me? That's when you can rotate them guys because you got real guys. And that's what's the difference now with the Cowboys defense than before. You got real guys. You got real guys you can rotate. You got guys that are going to come in and actually make a difference when they come in the game. And the theory was, let's build this defense up because we've been had offense. We got to build this defense. We got to get a defensive coordinator. We got to get a defense that can really compete. Yes, Benson Mayowa. He actually had a good year after he left Dallas. I think he went to the Cardinals and had like 6 or 7 sacks. For real. But that's the theory. The rotation. You got to have depth in this NFL. If you don't have depth, you're going to lose. You got to be able to rotate these guys because they can't play all them games. They can't play all game. You got a man you got a one tech or two, a one tech that's 330, 340 pounds. He can't play all game. He needs rotation. He needs guys that can pass rush so he can come in and play on the first or second downs. You need depth. And Cowboys didn't have that depth. And when they were rotating the players, you got guys that are coming in going to get pushed around and that are average. So when they come in and rotate, the team that's already starting, because you're not subbing your offensive linemen, right, unless they're getting hurt, you're keeping them in the game. And if they start getting on a roll, they're going to drive those average players in the ground. Now the Cowboys don't have that. They have real life athletic young difference makers, and that makes the difference when you want to rotate, because that's what the difference was. I've been telling y'all, when DeMarcus Lawrence can go sub now, or he can actually go sit out and don't have to play the whole daggone game, because you got guys that can come in and may not be as good as him, but the fall off ain't super great now, and you can still attack and still have your game plan. And that's what's making this difference different. And turnovers. You got playmakers. You finally got guys that can get after the ball. The thought was, Cowboys need turnovers. We've been screaming, we need turnovers for the last 20 years, right? We saw what you can do. 2014, we saw what the Cowboys could do with turnovers. They had like 30 turnovers in 2014, one of the tops in the league. And we saw what it did. Propelled them to the playoffs. Propelled them to 2 rounds. That helped. It wasn't just that offense, it was those turnovers. Those help. And like I said, when you're a plus 12, and like I said, you're number 2 in the whole NFL in takeaways and giveaway margin, number 2 in the whole NFL. And the last time I made a tweet, the last time that happened, they've been into the top 5 in takeaway differential, takeaway and giveaway differential, 1998. You know what I'm saying? 1998. So as long as you have that theory, that model, and as long as that defense keeps, and hey, it's not like you only got 15 sacks, you got 32 sacks too. Them sacks been coming in waves lately. You feel me? You've only had 2 games this whole season where you haven't created a turnover. 2 games. And you had a streak of, I think, like 11 games going back to 2020 where you had at least 2 turnovers. So it's a great thing what's going on here. It's a great thing, and it's real simple what you can do to rectify these problems on the offensive side of the ball. Here, I told you. Tony Pollard, 12 to 15 touches. Amari Cooper, get to him the ball early. He needs to get about, if Coop can get about 4 to 5 catches a game from here on out, 12 to 15 touches for Tony Pollard, and about 4 to 5 catches every game for Cooper. I'm feeling good with that. What's up, Adam? What's up, Spiffy? But that's what I'm feeling good, man. That's what makes me feel good right there, and I think that's going to be the thing. And Cowboys going to just walk right in there. I'm not going to say they're going to walk right in there and just, but I feel like they're going to come right back in here and beat up these Washington football team. I think they're really focused, especially this defense, especially with talking about their having the games back and forth, the offense and defense scoring more points to offense. That's a great competition. That's a great thing. That's team unity and team bonding that makes it even better because you're going against a team and you want to do that. So that's a great thing. So I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm ready for this Washington football team. And it's time to get it. Make sure and go out there. Got a couple things before I get up off of here. Me and Booth ain't about to go grab us something to eat, man. But a couple things I want to announce to you. One, we just got our tickets to the Senior Bowl this year. I got my tickets. Me and Bootang will be going down there February 5th to Alabama, I believe. I think that's where it's at in Alabama. But we'll be at the Senior Bowl this year. This is the first time I wanted to be at the Senior Bowl last year, but COVID stopped us. I was frustrated. Me and Bootang were all set to go to the Combine, the Senior Bowl. We were ready to hit it. And COVID stopped us in 2020. But hopefully things are clearing up. We already got our tickets to the Senior Bowl. I'm very excited. I've always wanted to go to the Senior Bowl for a long time. I've been wanting to do that for a very long time. So I'm finally be able to go. Got some really good seats too. So we'll be able to get in that action. We'll be looking to sign up for that combine today or tomorrow. We'll be at that. That's our yearly thing. Of course, training camp, all that good stuff. We got our good tape ready for college, our college tape, and we'll be getting a lot of good tape out there. Oh, we got a nice holla. Got a nice big holla. Sky High 22. Been a long time since I seen you, man. But hey ho, shout out to my guy Sky High 22. Been a while since I seen you, baby. But he says Merry Christmas, big game. I need to see all my guys in there. I feel you real good. I appreciate you for the $20 holla. Hey ho, it's a $20 holla donation. But y'all make sure y'all jump in there and y'all get in there and support that. And make sure y'all watch those videos that we're going to be popping up. We're going to have a lot of college tape this year. We had college tape last year. We had a great time with it. I did about maybe 15 videos of college guys last year. Had a real good time. We got the college tape already this year, so we're ready to get that rolling. We're ready to do some good video. So make sure you go support those videos that I got popping out there on some prospective players that the Cowboys may draft, because the draft is coming back up, and Cowboys gonna need some offensive linemen, gonna need a receiver, gonna need some edge players, gonna need a D tackle, gonna need some linebackers, gonna need all that again. And that draft is important. And we've seen how much the draft can change a team. We've seen it prior. Now we're seeing it again with the Cowboys. Within 2 years, that draft has been pretty good in 2020 and 2021. And look how much it's propelled the Cowboys from here to here just with that draft. So we're going to have to get on there and make it happen again. So make sure you get out there and support those videos that'll be dropping on the Big Game James page and others. Got some other news coming up. We created a couple other pages. I'll announce that tomorrow on my new page that I finally created. We've been talking about it for the last 3-4 months about what we wanted to do with another page. We're going to still continue to rock that Big Game James and all that good sports, but we're going to have another page, and we're going to pop the name out to you tomorrow. And make sure you go get a like and subscription for what we're doing. It's going to be bigger than the football thing. It's going to be hitting these streets, man. It's going to be doing a lot of community work. It's going to be doing we're going to be talking to a lot of people that are out there making a difference in the world. Okay, so we're going to be interviewing everything, and we're going to take this to the streets, man. So make sure you get out there and support that. That will be dropping. The name will be dropping the name tomorrow, and then I'll tell you go support that, man. And then next year is when we'll really start building that channel up and the awareness of what's going on in these streets, man, because these streets are crazy. So we got to bring awareness. So a lot of great things coming up for 2022. Christmas is right around the corner. 2 more days, man. Make sure you go kiss your loved ones. Tell them happy Merry Christmas. I'm the Scrooge, but I'll do what I got to do. You feel me? But yes, we got a lot of great things coming in 2022. More channels being added, awareness being added, scouting being added, all kind of good stuff ready for 2022, man. So make sure you go out there and support this Big Game James thing, man, and all the other channels that we're going to have going on. All right. So we love you. Make sure you get out there this Sunday and support our my play-by-play color commentary. It's been growing really the way I like it, and it's something that I'm going to be tackling on in the future for my own personal thing. So continue to let that grow, because I do those things on the side of this anyway. So let's continue to make this thing great, man. Let's continue to make this thing grow. Shout out to you guys once again. We hit 12K. We hit that about a few days ago, man. That's awesome, man. You guys are awesome. What's up, Ready Red? Haven't been a long time since I seen you. Appreciate you. So we're really going to get things popping for 2022, man. I really think you're going to like what we're doing, what we're going. We're still going to be knocking out sports, but we're just expanding our horizon. We're expanding our horizon and making things open up on other things. So get out there and support that. We'll be talking to you soon. Big Game James. Okay, we're going to have to end it with how about the Cowboys? We love it. We got to. So let's get that popping, man. Once again, appreciate y'all. Happy New Year to you. We'll be talking obviously before New Year's, but Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy New Year. How about them Cowboys, man? We 10-4, 4-0 in the division, looking to go 5-0 and wrapping up this division, man. And this is the year, man. Why wait? This is the year for 6, man. This is the year for 6. Why wait? Get all these guys where it's cheap and it don't cost a lot of money, man. That's when you got to win Super Bowls, when it's cheap. Feel me? So let's get this, baby. Let's get this 6. And how about them Cowboys? Peace.
You did one hell of a job, and And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys? Click clack pow boys. Make you say wow boys from the QBs, PTs, LBs, and the Towel boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Big game, first name James. He interviewed, he called the games. Silver blue, you know the name. From the Emmitt Smith to the Michael Irv. We beating skins, shooting birds. I see a bank snatch it out his fur. Favorite team on the planet Earth. From Monday night to Sunday church. BGJ putting in the work. I'm tuning in, no need to search. Through thick and thin and good and worse. Them Cowboys, click like pow boys. Make you say wow boys. From the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Towel boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the goddamn, they did it again. How about them Cowboys? Click clack pow boys. Make you say wow boys. From the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Towel boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that silver and blue done did it again. Cowboys, click like pow boys. Make you say wow boys. From the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Towel boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the goddamn, they did it again. How about them Cowboys? Click like pow boys. Make you say wow boys. From the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Towel boys. You tuning